This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Cost of living, it's horrible at the moment. Rents just through the roof.
Busting
Groceries, bring it down, government. Classic stuff. I spoke to a mate. Actually, Kate, you've never heard my segment, Thrifty Fitzy, have you?
Of course, when I was a big fan years ago.
Yeah, you would have back in the day.
I don't think I've had the pleasure of sitting here in the studio and stuff with that. Yes, please.
He's the man that we crave. He's teaching you to save. He's frugal, tight, and stingy.
Here he is.
It's Thrifty Fitzy.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think so far, Kate?
I think it's brilliant and ahead of its time because I'm guessing you were thrifty Fitzy
Forever.
long before the cost of living crisis.
Been frugal most of my life. But no, I spoke to a mate about this and it blew my mind. And while I was putting together that Thrifty Fitzy opener, I've also got another sting because I want to hear from people 13, 24, 10, living on the cheap. So I got a mate who is so sick of his rent going up, he's bought a van and he's done the van up. He's pimped up the van. He's put a bed in the back. He's got a little mini Barbie and stuff like that. And I'm going, mate, okay, let me sit down because that's fair enough. You're living in your van. That's fine. You're saving on rent. But where do you have a shower? He goes, mate, Plus Fitness, over 200 gyms around Sydney.
Yeah.
$14.95 a week. Now, he goes in and does a workout, but that's where he has a shower and he cleans his teeth. He has 2 showers a day. He goes into Plus Fitnesses all around Sydney, and that's where he showers. That is $780 a year, right? And that's his shower, that's his water. He plugs in there. He goes to Officeworks to download stuff on his phone and his iPad, Kate.
Yeah.
He knows heaps of places to plug in for free. Libraries, Apple Store,
Yuck.
but Plus Fitness is his big one.
Nah.
Mate, I think this is amazing.
Not into it.
And is he fit as well? Is he
Yes.
like his rig? He's working on his rig.
He's a
and saving
skateboarder.
money. Yeah.
So he skates most of the day as well, Kate, and then he goes and has a shower at Plus Fitness for $14.95 a week.
What a catch.
And they're everywhere.
Yuck. You should.
What are you talking about, yuck? He's saving money.
And he's got the best tin here in Australia.
Oh, you can wear your
Oh, give me a
thongs in.
break.
You can wear your
Now,
thongs in
you
if
know
you're
what?
worried about that stuff.
When I've been up to Byron and I've seen the people living out the back of their van, and they've got to get everything out to get one thing out, and they put everything back in to put one thing back in.
But don't you fantasise about
Not-
that a little
not
bit?
for one
when you wander
second.
past and you're looking down at Carburetor Beach and the sun is shining and there's somebody like
Forget about
making
it.
porridge out the
Yeah.
back of their van and having a coffee and they're...
Kate,
stuffed.
I agree with you.
That's disgusting.
And then that shot when you wake up in the morning and you open the back of your van up and you've got a beautiful view of the beach, you're right there.
You don't have to live in a van to do it.
Mate.
You know, a mate of mine, he hired a juicy van and went to Byron Bay.
Oh, the green ones.
Yeah, the green one.
Well, that's just a hiring a van.
He hired a juicy van. His wife wasn't too happy about the holiday.
Did she go?
Because if you get a little bit of trumpet bum in a van like that, there's not a lot of places to escape. And you can't leave the windows down at night because of the mozzies. So it wasn't a very pleasant experience.
Or did he get wind after
Ash,
dinner
my
as
mate,
well?
he's got screens on the windows.
Awesome.
He's got it all sorted. Mate, it's the other one as well, 13, 24, 10, living on the cheap. Do you know someone who's made this decision with the cost of living? The other one, because when I bought my first house, Kate, I was like, this is ridiculous prices. I don't know if I can do this. I had a mate who goes, mate, I did this for 2 years and it was the best. He bought a cheap mooring at a marina and a cheap second-hand boat and he lived on the boat in the marina.
Terrible idea.
I think I'd rather a van over a boat. I mean,
moorings-
show of hands.
Oh,
van.
Van.
Yep.
Mooring's expensive. Boats
Boat.
are expensive.
No,
you know
well,
what bloody...
Well, we're
Boat
not
cheap
talking
mooring?
about Rose Bay.
No,
Yeah,
you can't get a cheap mooring, mate.
We're not boat sharing in Rose Bay,
It's not
mate.
rush cutters.
Boats are problems, mate. Boats equal problems.
I just want a friend with a boat to invite me on for New Year.
Well, if you play your cards right, we'll get a phone call and a text message.
Maybe.
I do want to hear from people, though.
Yes.
If you know someone who's packed up and done this, living on the cheap, when they've just maybe living on the boat or in their van, give us a call. Eric in Liverpool, you tell us about your colleague, Eric.
Yeah, so I've got a mate who's a resident doctor, and he lives a bit too far from the hospital. So he catches like showers, and he's been living out of his car for the past 6 months.
A doctor living out of his car.
Yeah.
It doesn't really marry, does it?
No, he's definitely single.
Is this just is he saving for a house or something, Eric, or why does he do it?
So this is like the first thing you do at a hospital before you become like a full-fledged doctor.
Wow.
And because he lives so far away from the hospital, like 2 hours drive all the time, it's not viable for him to drive. So he figured, and it's hard to find accommodation, so he just moves out of his car.
Have you seen his setup, Eric? What's his setup like in the car?
I mean, fortunately, he lives in an SUV, but it's still not comfy.
No,
It doesn't really make sense to me.
I think if I had a doctor arriving at the foot of my bed in the mornings, I'm not thinking about him coming straight from his car.
No, I'm hoping he's kind of fresh and he's had a breakfast.
He'll have a shower at the hospital. There's some good food there in the canteen as well.
Yeah, I'm talking about good quality sleep so we can make good decisions.
Yeah.
Or she.
Someone's banging on the car window in the middle of the night, slashing his tyres.
It's also resilience. That's when you look back in your life and go, you know what, I was living out of my car for a while there before I became a boob surgeon, and now I'm a multi-millionaire.
You know what I mean? Nick's in Blacktown, going to help us out with a tip, Nick. How do you live long cheap?
Well, I was kind of forced to do it because I was separated. My son was only 8 months old when I had an office in Bondi Junction, 2 rooms, so I was sleeping in my office to save money, and then the landlord found out. I got the letter, so from then on, for a whole year, I had a Nissan L Grand. I put a bamboo mattress in the back, laid the seats flat. I would drive to the end of Clovelly. You know where Clovelly is? There's that big car park, Clovelly.
Yes.
There.
Overlooking the water. Yeah.
Honestly, I would go to sleep at night listening to the ocean. And here's the thing about Plus Fitness. I was doing that too. It doesn't get used very much. Who goes to the gym and showers there? They go home and shower. So
Do they?
the shower is cleaner than my shower at home.
Oh, so
It's
no
not that
tinning.
dirty.
And
not
the
that
other-
dirty. They're very
The other
clean.
thing... Yeah, and it's 24 hours. Majority of them are 24/7. So, I mean, you can go in early in the morning or late at night and there's nobody in there. I think you're paying $780 for the whole year. You never get one water bill. And you're using other people as electricity.
And I've got the cheap Chinese. You know, when you go to a food court at 3 o'clock, they package everything up, trying to get rid of it.
Yep.
It's like $5 for a big, and that would last me 2 days. So there you go. I saved money.
See, Nick's doing it.
Yeah,
Nick's doing it. Living on the cheap.
48 hours old dumplings still taste great with enough soy on them, don't they?
Fitz in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.